Hello, everyone. So today is 21st of December, and it's almost 4:30 p.m. Evening in the Eastern Time. So this is our market we call for market weekly call for December 22, 26 from 22nd to 26. Sorry, apologies, I could not come last week, being busy. So let's get to the point. Last week there was a lot of happenings. US, so I'm going to cover its US key market news and Bank of Japan, BOJ news, because both central banks has increased but one central bank, US, has decreased the interest rate. Bank of Japan has increased the interest rate, right? So what's happening? The S&P is slightly down so far in December, despite strong 2025 gains, almost 15%, defying the month's usual historic strength. So generally December is a month of strength for S&P, which is so far not, we haven't seen that. So we'll see what happens. Markets are volatile due to two main themes: concern over massive AI-related capital spending, e.g., Oracle data center project, and uncertainty about the Fed future rate cut in 2026. Okay. We'll go into it in a bit. Recent delayed economic data show rebounding job growth, but a 4.6% unemployment rate, which has gone higher by 0.2 basis point, right? So it's it was 4.4%, so it has gone to 4.6% now. Right. Unemployment rate and cooler than expected inflation. So, CPI came at the expectation was somewhere around 3.1%. It came out to be 2.7%, reinforcing expectation that the Fed maintains a rate cut bias. Investors are watching whether Santa Claus rally materializes in the last 5 trading days of 2025 and first 2 trading days of 2026, even as some may lock in profit after a strong year. Tech and AI-related stocks have recently come under pressure amid skepticism over AI spending payoffs, which previously lagging sector, transportation, financial, small caps, have strengthened and helped keep the broader market range bound. So that is the key news from the US. Bank of Japan raised its policy rate from 0.5% to 0.75% in line with the market expectation. Bank of Japan signaled it is prepared to continue raising rates if its economic and inflation forecasts play out as projected, despite Japanese rates and past turmoil in the 250 billion yen carry trade. So yen carry trade is you borrow in yen, you place in other currency, you buy bonds, you buy stocks in other currencies. So yen interest rate was close to zero. The current backdrop show no major unwind, right? So nothing has happened, as I mentioned, and I'll show you, as I mentioned on my Twitter, that even Bank of Japan increased their rate, there will be no impact on the S&P, and I mentioned that a couple of days, on 13th of December, if I'm right. The yen has weakened even as rates climb, implying traders are not aggressively closing carry positions, right? So that's there. From January 2025, this is the key. From January 2025, the Bank of Japan plans to gradually unwind more than $500 billion worth of ETFs holding by selling about 330 billion of yen in book value per year, with flexibility to adjust the pace to limit market disruption. So they have basically committed that they are not going to disrupt the market, but they're going to sell. So basically, most of the central banks are basically reducing their balance sheet in the securities what they have in the different assets, right? Let's go here. So what has happened after this CPI number? January rate cut probability has gone to 79% as of today, right? And let's go. I would like to show you, which I shared with you guys on my Twitter, Japanese 10 years yield, Japanese rates versus S&P and Bitcoin. So let me just go here. Okay, just go. It should be control click to follow. Right. Though my Twitter is open, but anyways, let's go to this one. So what I showed you, I think it was, if I'm not wrong, 13th of December. And if you look at the chart, Japanese interest rate 10-year yields, all going higher. S&P has gone higher, except Bitcoin, which has gone higher all the way until September. It has dropped. So risky asset has taken a dip. Rest of the stock, S&P has gone higher. So I still don't think that there will be a major impact of Japanese yen interest rate hike, right? So that's there. Let's go back to the presentation. Okay. And then these are my weekly indices. So, I mean, I produce this one every week on Friday. Now I've started producing on Friday. So what I see here, these are the market, US market indices probability map for December 22nd to 25. History suggests that December 22nd to 26th week has been strongly bullish, right? So we'll see. That means that there's a proper probability of a Santa Claus rally next week. We'll see. Again, guys, keep in mind, these are the probabilities. There's no surety. These are the probabilities, and the entire market works on the theory of probability, right? So that's the way it is. This is what my research is suggesting, that all 4 trading days, it's a short week due to Christmas. So on 25th, Thursday, the markets are closed, and then all the 4 days are actually looks green, right? Guys, thank you very much for following me on Twitter. I am on YouTube. Thanks for watching me on YouTube, Twitter. You can always go to my website, look at the testimonials. I've just put the S&P index. So S&P index, if you see, S&P index broke through channel, retested channel. Now it's trading below. And let's see, what do we have here? Sorry, 1 second. Let me go back. NASDAQ index, similar situation. Broke through, retested, now it's down. Except Dow Jones, which is actually in the upward channel. We have seen a bear trap, and then it went into the channel, but we are still trading below the midpoint of the channel, right? So let's go economic calendar. It's a very light calendar next week. We have ADP weekly numbers, which from my point of view is important. Preliminary GDP quarter over quarter, core durable goods order, month over month, capacity utilization rate, industrial production, and then we have unemployment claim on Wednesday. Right? So that's what we have. Let's go. What do we have here? Okay, I did share this Tesla, and let me go to the presentation. So just wanted to give you, I'm the founder of TWT Learning. My name is Ali Merchant, and I actually write. I'm a contributing analyst with investing.com. You can find it here. With fxstreet.com, I write investing, a lot of earning previews with investing.com, sometimes earning review as well. And I write about gold and US economic data with fxstreet.com. This is my email address, YouTube channel, my Twitter account, and this is my website. So please go check out testimonials. TWT Learning is actually founded to provide research and analysis on the financial markets. We do provide financial market education, learn to invest and trade like a pro. The topic we cover is basically understand the market psychology, learn market economic indicator, fundamental price action, stock option trading and income strategies, futures trading, hedging, stock screening for short, medium, and long-term investments, learn to identify high probability trade setups. My trade setups are basically the probability is between 80 to 95% it's correct 95% of the time, and how to manage the risk and how to run the position, how to manage the position. So I'm going to start one very soon, early next year. Stay tuned. If you guys, anybody interested, please reach out to me via admin@twtlearning.com. I think the best method is if you can reach out to me via WhatsApp. This is my number, +1 647 955 6837. I'll be happy to give you the details. So I'm starting somewhere, I think, in the middle of January. So I'll share more details over a period of time. Let's go to the charts. Okay. So let's look at what is actually NASDAQ futures is doing. So NASDAQ futures is ranging between 25,865, 24,543. And you've seen we bounce it back when we come to the bottom point of the range. We drop when we come to the top part of the range. We are still in the middle. We have yet to see 6 o'clock Eastern time, the futures market will start. Similar is the case with, so let's see, in both the cases, we have broken this rising channel, and then we are in a sort of a range. In the case of S&P, we bounced it back from here. We're going between We're trading between 6926, almost I'll say 6930 to 6655. Let's see how it works, and let me go take you back to the NASDAQ futures, NASDAQ 100 futures, and you can see that we have broken the channel, and that is the case in NASDAQ, which I've just shown you, and S&P on the Twitter, on my Twitter handle. Let's go here. VIX is basically, VIX volatility is coming to a place and at a region where it bounces most of the time. So we are actually almost 14.29. We've seen a couple of bounces from this rebound from these levels, right? That is from here. Now let's look at QQQ. Same thing. We have broken this channel. We have held this support. We are going towards maybe 626, 627. Let's see if we can break it. We have a price gap here. This is the price gap between 622 and 623. So almost 1.5 to 2 points of price gap. Let me go here. Let's see SPY. In the case of SPY, we have broken the channel. We have held this support. We can go back to fill this gap. I mean, we have already filled this gap, but there is a possibility we go back to 685 and 685, 686, and that is where the gap is. So if you see here is 682, and we drop to 676. So I think we are likely to fill the gap. It will be a holiday thin trading sort of a thing, but it's easier to move the market. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's look at gold. Gold is a key instrument these days. So if you see gold is actually close to the all-time high. I'd say that's failed to break here. It has failed. We'll see how it goes. It can come down to 4,250, and we'll see. I mean, if it fails to break 4,381, it failed twice in this week. Sorry, in this week, yes. And then we failed to break on Friday, on Thursday and Friday. We have to see how the market goes. But if we break it, strongly, then we're pushing higher. If we don't, then we're coming down. So it will be probably, in my idea, it will be more of a range trade. Oil, crude oil. So crude oil, you've seen we have found support around this level, which is about 55. From 55, generally, we tend to go higher at least into 60s. We have a setup here. We can go back to at least 59. That's what I think. That's what the charts are suggesting. US dollar has strengthened after the rate cut because there were ideas that there will be no rate cut in January after the cooler CPI. We'll see, but I still believe the dollar is into 99 to 96.5 range. Dollar index, it breaks 99, then it goes to 100. So let's see how it plays. Okay. Let's look at the 10-year yields. So 10-year yields have broken the support and it's testing 4.15%. If we do not break above this one, if we break this one, we can go back to 4.38, so 40. If we don't break, we remain in the range between 3.95 to 4.15. Bitcoin is getting at an interesting juncture. Bitcoin has held this trend line or this top of the channel, and we have seen a couple of attempt to break and came down. We have a similar, this is the situation. It can go either side. I'll keep an eye on actually almost 90K and see what happens from now till tomorrow morning. Right? Let's look at some of the mega cap stocks. Tesla broke through 470, 71 resistance, 465. So basically that range 465 to 471. I think Tesla can come down to 470. It retests and then we will see how it happens. What I'm seeing here, what we have seen in this part, that we had a large red candle and then we gradually drop. We tried again. Similar is likely going to happen. That's what I think. In the case of NVIDIA, a lot of guys are talking about the top head and shoulder. I believe that NVIDIA is at a juncture. It has broken this trend line, right? And then we'll see. I'll keep an eye on 179, 178 tomorrow. Let's see how it opens. If it breaks 179, 178 tomorrow, it remains above it. We have a probability of going to 185. Let's see AMD. Interesting situation. AMD has a larger gap here. It did get into this gap, but did not drop further. It looks like we have a double bottom sort of a thing. We have a resistance at 220. If we break 220, though we have broken this rising channel, so we can go back to at least 220 and we'll see how the price action goes from there, or charts or the market goes from there. Let's look at Apple. In the case of Google. Google broke this trend line, which I mentioned in my Twitter. Please go and visit that a couple of days back. And now we are in this gap. Google needs to break 310, 311, otherwise 310 to 304, 305 range is going to be the name of the game. Okay, let's look at AVGO. AVGO has dropped drastically. It broke through this channel, but keep in mind, what we have to keep in mind is we are above this previous support. Let's see how it works. We have a gap here. I think AVGO will gradually go higher. Do your own due diligence, guys, right? So I'm sharing what my opinion, what I think is. Apple has broken this channel. There's a possibility it may pop up, but I think Apple is on the way to hit 265, 268 to 265. So let's see how it goes. Let's go here. Then we have Microsoft. Microsoft looks like it's in a rectangular formation. We remain between 471 and we are heading towards 494, 93, 94, 95. In the case of Amazon, Amazon has broken this downtrend. We'll keep an eye on 224, 225 tomorrow and see how it works. So guys, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate your like, subscribe, and follow, share within your group. And as I mentioned that I'm going to start a new program. It's worth taking the program. It's a 4-month mentorship program. It's a 4-month paid mentorship program. I have 5 modules. I'll take you, so it's more than 15 hours of learning, 5 modules. After this, from the 3rd week, I'll take you into my private group where I share my trade ideas, day in, day out, investment ideas with proper risk management, stops, entry points, targets, timeline, how long to hold for. I trade futures, day trade on futures. I trade options 1 week to a couple of weeks. So it will be worth sharing within your networks and joining the program. Thank you very much for your time, guys. Have a wonderful remaining weekend, and then I'll try to connect sometimes next week. If not, then a week after. All right, guys, have a wonderful evening.